Okay. Hi everyone. I'm back with another live. A short live. This is piggybacking off of I should have left it. Okay. This is a piggyback off of what I said about Chris Brown and how, you know, certain choices. It's kind of like it's a piggyback off of that live. So a lot of people throw the word preferences around a lot. Preferences is saying that I prefer this over that, meaning that okay, I like I don't know, let me think. It's like I like Revlon, but I like OPI nail polish also, right? But I prefer OPI, right? I'll prefer to get OPI nail polish over Revlon. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Revlon. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to buy Revlon again. But if I had a choice between the two, I probably would lean towards OPI, right? When I say that, when men say I prefer, that's not what they're saying in the true sense of the word preference. Preference means I like you would say, oh, I say I'm a white man, okay, and I say, oh, well, I like white women, but I like Latin women too. I like black women, but I like their own women. They still like women of other races, but they prefer to be with an Asian. Have a preference for it. They prefer it, but they don't. They also, when black men say prefer, they mean I'm deciding consciously to choose to be with a woman that is not black, and I don't want to be with black women at all. That's not a preference. That is a conscious choice. You're choosing. That means when you go out dating, you go out on a night out of town, or you go, on some date, or you whatever, right? You're going out and you're going out to meet women, maybe to flirt, dance, talk, have a good time. Whatever, just have a good time with, meet women and have a good time. You have in your mind when you go out, you're saying to yourself, I can't wait to meet you can't wait to meet women who look a certain way. You have that in mind. That's what you're gonna zero in on, and nothing is gonna get in between that focus. So when people make a conscious choice, that's what they're doing. I'm going out. I intend to meet women that I like and the type of women that I like, and that's the only type of woman I'm gonna look for. And if anyone comes outside of that box, they are not up for consideration. That's a conscious choice. That's not a preference. Prefer Preferring something is to like all. You like all kinds of women, or you like all kinds of treats, or you like all kinds of different things that fall within that bundle. But there's one that you like the most, right? You like but you still like all the rest. When it comes to making a conscious choice, you're choosing that I'm going to only love this kind of person, because if they don't look like this, I don't have the capability of loving them. I don't have the capability of even, I wouldn't even allow, it's like this thing, I wouldn't even allow my heart to open up to something that I don't that I have my heart set on. I have my heart set on this one thing, and I will not open up my mind or my heart to anything else outside of that, because this is what I'm gonna go for, whether that person likes me, doesn't like me. Because a lot of these women that end up with some of black men, which I'm specifically talking about black men in this period. But you can use what I'm saying across. You can substitute it for any races you'd like, depending on what your race is. I'm just, it's easier for me to put black, right? Because I'm black, so it's a little bit easier. But I'm really just really talking in general terms. Really so much focused on specifically black or black and white. I'm not really so focused, as though the world is bigger than black and white. But when it comes to making a conscious choice, these people are consciously choosing to love that doesn't look like them. and this is what they want, and their heart is set on it, and they're devoted, and they're on a mission to getting that. You have to understand, when you look at it in those terms, it's disgusting. It's disgusting because you're closed off to the possibility of finding love with somebody who looks just like you, because you're just totally off to that. And it happens across the board to all races. There are some, Caucasian people that say, I consciously choose to date someone of another race because I don't want to be with somebody of my own race, because there are things that I like about that race that I want to include in my children, or include in my life. They want that in their life. So when you hear men, I think it's a slap in the face when somebody says they prefer one thing over another, and it's not a preference. It's a conscious choice that you're making, saying, listen, I'm choosing not to be with some another black person. I don't see myself as like my counterpart as being somebody who looks like me. I feel like my counterpart is somebody who is opposite of me, or has maybe traces of me, maybe the good things, the quote unquote good things, maybe the full lips, and such things like that people like in African culture, or African with African features or whatever. He may say, I'll take these few things from that person because they still have full lips, but they may still have maybe a straight nose or ambiguous look or whatever it is. But either way, it's a conscious choice, because when you get along in life, you realize you can choose to love people, aside from their looks, aside from their features, aside from their weight. And you can choose to do that if you want to, because the love can come over time. Because once you guys start caring for each other, and that the love is going to start to build, and you'll realize, oh, I can really love this person. But initially, people make a choice. Like, they'll go out hoping that they'll meet someone who falls within whatever range that they have in mind of what they like, right? So when you hear, especially when you hear black men specifically saying, oh, but I prefer, that means I consciously choose. Just make sure that when you hear that word prefer, that you substitute conscious choice. I'm consciously choosing to be with someone who has a certain appearance, because I think that that's what matches with me. Because you have to, like, when people think about their significant other, it's almost like it's an extension of themselves, or they see themselves in you. Or the good things about, or whatever they think is good about themselves, or things that they think are good things, they see in that person, and they want to bring it into their lives. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let everybody know, don't be fooled by the terminology. A lot of people use words loosely, and they don't even know what the word means. And it's, to further support that, I want you guys to do a little homework. I have a homework assignment for you guys. I want you to go in the dictionary. You're going to be so shocked. I want you to go in the dictionary and look up the word feminine. And then I want you to look up the word masculine. And I want you to see the difference in meaning. Especially when you see the meaning of feminine, it's going to blow your mind, guys. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, that's your little homework assignment. What's the meaning of feminine? And what's the meaning of masculine? And through that meaning, how could they be opposites of one another when one doesn't even clarify why the other one would be opposite to the other? But, maybe I'll keep that for another live. Maybe I'll talk about it another time. But it's very, very interesting, because I looked up the word last week and I was stunned. I was like, I did not know that. I didn't know that. Because you hear people say it all the time, and generally speaking, you have a concept of, oh yeah, well, you know what that means. Of course, it means that. But then when you look in the dictionary, you see the literal meaning. Yeah, I think you should look into that and then ask yourself, like, why would they put that as the meaning? What does that mean? I'm still stuck on it. So okay, I just thought I'd say that. All right, talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed this live. Most of my actually this channel is dedicated to talking about topics that affect people spiritually, because if it causes inner turmoil and it causes bliss, inner joy, that's something that will affect you spiritually. I'm not talking about these topics in terms of controversy, but in terms of how can you interpret it in another light and make that turmoil become a force in your life that's more like a light, because it will open up your eyes if you really step back from the situation and pretend you're looking from the outside in on the situation, and do so many combinations. Just try to say, okay, in this scenario, what if these people were of a different race, or if they were a different gender, or if they were different background, different in a different lifestyle? um, what would it all mean? How would it affect you? How would it trickle on to changes in society? Things like that. So my channel is really going to focus on more of the inner feeling and the spiritual feelings behind these words and these issues and these thoughts that come around, and just things, even just random stuff, random spiritual things that pop into my head. You never know what it, because everything is connected. Everything is a web that's connected within each other. So you can't separate one issue really from another issue, because relationship issues, everything in life has to do with relationships, whether it's male female relationships, friendships, work relationships, networking. Everything has to do with relationships, and relationships is that's what forms your thinking, that's what forms your life, that's what forms your perception. So I want you, like, when we talk about these topics, to really look within yourself, and don't be afraid to look within. Don't be afraid to face the fears that you have. Don't be afraid to face the uncomfortable things that make you feel sad about yourself, or sad in this world, or angry, because a lot of people are suffering with inner turmoil, and they don't know how to sort the thoughts out. They don't know how to channel it. They don't know how to to connect things so that they can come to a better understanding. And I think that it's important because everything is connected, and a lot of things are looked at in the eyes of, I guess you could say, black and white, in a lot of ways. Not in every way, but in a lot of ways. So okay, I just wanted to just mention that. And next time when I come into live, hopefully I'll have another topic. I haven't been on in so long, and I'm just happy that I'm able to do a couple of videos today. But when I come back with any more thoughts of anything that speaks to me, definitely I'll be back on here to talk to you guys. Okay, so thank you and have a good night. Bye.